So, look. That's pretty cool. They came to install our hot water heater and were basically done by the time I came home from taking the dogs to the vet. And I was so excited to have hot water, but I did have to advocate for a few things. I'll show you. So, at first, they had this white drain pipe coming down into that hole. So the whole unit was turned a little bit. And excuse the mess, we're trying to organize to put our cabinets in. So they had it going in there, but they had the drain pipe, which is back there now, just sitting on top of the floor. And they were just like, if it leaks, it'll just drain onto your floor. And I said, why would I want that? Like, that's, you're the professional, so figure it out. So they had to drain it, pick it up, turn it, and then they gave us the drain hole back here. Let's see if you can see us. And we actually put a hole where the blue tape is. And then they moved the pipe so that it would basically land inside the pan. And if you are thinking this pan is super tiny, you are correct. It's literally like the smallest pan on the face of this planet, because they were trying to fit it into the space that was here, even though we told them we can move the cabinets. We can move anything, do anything. And so when I told them to move it, they were like, well, we can't drain it because the pipes are in the way. Those pipes. And I was like, yeah, so how are you going to drain it? So they said, okay, great. We got you set up so you can drain it. And you can service it if you need to empty it. So now we can empty it. Now the drain's going down. And they left. And they seemed annoyed because I had to ask them like 2 times, maybe 3, like advocating. And then I looked at Dawn like the next day or 2 days later. I just like, that light bulb goes off and I go, so I can service it to drain it, but I can't remove it because the pipes are going to be in the way. The pipes are literally like blocking it from being able to move. The idea was that we were not going to put a cabinet here because if we ever needed to service this, we'd be able to slide it out from under and then pull it out to replace it and to get back there and to clean. So because they never elbowed the pipes, is literally in the way. And they gave us our expansion tank, but it's back there, which means this whole unit now is being pushed out this way. So remember how I had the 30 and the 36 inch side by side and it was like the perfect fit? We had to take out the 36 inch. So now that's a 30 inch. It gives us a little bit of wiggle room here. If anything were to go wrong with it, we are going to, at a first try, our first thing to do is to try to see if we can drain a little hole here or drill a little hole to see if we can just move this pipe over, because the space between the 30 inch and the pipe is 19 inches and the unit is 20 inches. So we just need an inch, and then we could unscrew it and just scoot it out between the cabinets. But worst case scenario, we just need to take the cabinet out. So we would just unscrew it from the wall and unscrew it from the countertops and unscrew it from there and just pull it out to be able to move it around this way. That's the worst case scenario. I actually thought that we could do something different, and we tried to reimagine it. We thought perhaps we could leave the 30-inch cabinet there and put the fridge here. And that way, all we have to do is move a fridge, and then we can scoot that out, and we can build like a little faux wall for the cabinet that would match, that we could just remove and put back as needed. I'm trying to hide my horns. So That's not gonna work. So we're gonna do the 30 by 30. We're gonna, oh, let me tell you why it didn't work. If we had put the fridge there, there would have been nothing to hold up the countertop there. Even with braces against the wall, it would only have been half the countertop, because we have to do one coming out this way to match that side. So we had long discussions. Don was pulling out his hair. We looked at all of our options, and this is where we're landed. The 36 inch is going to be placed against this wall next to a 12 inch, which we don't have, but we will buy it. That'll be 48 inches of cabinet space and countertop space. In the back, we'll have a 30 inch and a 30 inch. And then we're going to have another 30 by 12 up at the top. So we're going to gain a little bit more cabinet space and countertop space. We actually are gaining it. Now, because of the support, we can actually take that countertop all the way to the end. It's fully supported. We are still going to leave this open for our washer dryer combo. And we've basically, right here is where the sink's going to start. We're going to put the 36 inch here, followed by another 12 inch, and then the fridge. And another 30 inch cabinet up there. So the kitchen's going to be a little bit more crowded than we wanted because we're going to have extra cabinet space. But we've talked about it and we've decided that that's what we want. We need to be able to put all of our belongings in here because we don't have a really solid storage unit. We have the truck beds, things that are in the backyard. And, we're playing with some ideas about, letting, I offered the boys if they wanted to renovate them. Armando can have one. Antonio was thinking about having the other one and, renovating those into just kind of a little mini RV tiny house studio, a space that they can call their own. The kitchen and bathroom here will be open for everybody, but if they want to stay out and have their own space, then that's something to think about. So we're trying really hard to think about how we're going to have all that, how we're going to create storage space in the house. So, oh, I didn't show you. We did frame the archway area. I know that was exposed for a while, so we now have what we call a cased opening. I'm learning so much, and our Don did amazingly, and he did a really great job. It's cased completely on this side, and then the side beams on the back, but the ceiling isn't the same height, so that ceiling is lower than that ceiling, so we couldn't case the other side of it. It's just it meets up with it, which I'm fine with. And then there were some gaps in the ceiling here, so I had to go and buy some more of it and then cut the pieces and slide them in to fit, and that's why they look the way they do. I put glue on them and then I put them up in there, so now I can paint them all white and try to make them match. That was really fun. Well, that's our update for the kitchen now. We were following all the instructions and getting down the elevation so that we can put our floating floors right up to it. And I think that this weekend we're going to spend some time finishing doing that for the rest of the cabinets and getting our remaining cabinets that we're planning for the bases. The uppers are going to wait, but the bases, we're going to get them all in. More painting, more sanding, and try to get our floors in and order our countertops and sinks. Just one, the sink. I think it's going to be cool. Okay, that's it. Bye.